South Sudan coach and Basketball Federation President Luol Deng accused the ref of bias after the Olympic loss to Serbia. South Sudan's coach pointed to a wide foul discrepancy as evidence of bias by game officials. South Sudan's coach and Basketball Federation president said referees were biased against their team after a 96-85 loss to Serbia on Saturday that ended an exciting run for the lone African team in the men's basketball tournament at the Paris Olympics. Bogdan Bogdanovic scored 28 points to help Serbia move into the next week's quarterfinals. South Sudan coach Royal Ivy pointed to a wide foul discrepancy as evidence of bias by game officials, and Federation President Luol Deng said African referees should be a part of a major international tournament. They shot 31 free throws and we shot 6 free throws, Ivy said after the game. Let's tell the story. Let's tell the real story, because that's a travesty. How do they shoot 31 free throws and we only shoot 6 free throws? How? Nikola Jokic added 22 points and 13 rebounds for Serbia, which finished second in Group C behind the United States. South Sudan's loss means Greece gets the final wildcard for the knockout runs because it has a better point differential than South Sudan over 3 group stage games. I was scared of South Sudan before the game. They had a great tournament, Bogdanovic said. Respect to them. We have known them since the World Cup. They really got better. Mariel Shayok and Khalid Jones led South Sudan with 17 points each. Ivy said referees complained about his players standing in the bench area and threatened him with ejection for being out of the coach's box, while tolerating similar behavior by Serbia's coach. My guys were out there giving their all, blood, sweat, and tears, and you tell me how we shot 6 free throws. We shot 1 free throw in the second half, Ivy said. Deng, who stared at Duke and played 16 seasons in the NBA, said he thought its discrepancy was deliberate. I know Serbia is known for basketball. They have been great for many years, Deng said. The style the guards play, it's almost like the ref knows them. It's okay if the ref knows certain players to let them play their style. As soon as our guys play their style, they are getting fouls every time. He questioned why there seems to be a narrative that African players are aggressive. I don't know why there is no African referees in the Olympics. It's 2024, Deng said. If you're representing the continent, then we have got to be represented fully. That's something that we have to keep working on. But if these referees aren't familiar with our game, with our style, then I don't know what the World Cup or the Olympics is. Is it just a European basketball style and we are not allowed to be aggressive? South Sudan played like a team whose tournament was on the line. Players drove on the floor for loose balls and crowded around Jokic every time he got the ball deep. There were also all-out effort plays, like Wayne Gabriel sprinting for a chase-down block of Alexa Avramovic during a fast-paced first quarter. Serbia, ranked 4th in the World Cup by FIBA, led 33rd ranked South Sudan 47-44 at halftime. Serbia led by 5 entering the 4th, and South Sudan kept coming. A steal by Peter Jok and an early op to Gabriel got a roar from the crowd and shrunk the margin to a basket. Serbia just kept making shots, using a 19-3 spurt to take a 91-74 lead with less than 3 minutes left. South Sudan has prepared for the Olympic spotlight since last September, when it finished the World Cup as Africa's highest-ranked team, earning an automatic spot for the Paris Games. But despite entering the Olympics with the lowest world ranking, it was clear just making it to France was never the goal for the team. It wanted to prove it belonged on the world stage alongside the greatest players in the sports like LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, and Jokic. South Sudan got the Americans' attention before the games when it led the USA late during an Olympic exhibition matchup in London before ultimately falling by a point. South Sudan then announced its arrival in its Olympic opener with a 90-79 victory over Puerto Rico. It turned a debut that began with organizers playing the wrong national anthem for South Sudan before the game into validation that it was ready to compete in one of the most talent-rich Olympic tournaments in history. The USA imposed its will in its rematch, with South Sudan rolling a 17-point win, yet it was close enough to keep the first-timer in the hunt for a wild card. It didn't materialize, and South Sudan's inspired inaugural run at the Olympics is over.